Hello and welcome to the F1 70th Anniversary GP. We're playing it late. I got up 20 minutes ago, so I haven't full chance, but we're ready to go. It's the F1 70th Anniversary Grand Prix at Silverstone. Again, we're back here again. Obviously, last week we had an incredible race. Sort of a good start with Kevin Magnussen and Albon getting into connections. Then you saw that a bit of boring, then Kvyat spinning out with his back wheel going, and then boring. Then Valtteri's tyres going, Sainz's tyres going, Hamilton's tyres going, with Max hunting down Lewis. Max couldn't get a bit, got that second with Charles Leclerc getting that third, where I don't think he ever thought of getting that third place. But yeah, today we've got the 70th anniversary, looking like a very nice grid. Yeah, it's very different from what we usually see. I'll run through the F1. Odds on, nope, Kieran here will not win because he's dead. And hi, Chris, hope you are all great. Hope you are good at all. He tries it every week and it's just not happening. While everyone's in, I might as well just do a quick self-shameless promotion. If you want to follow me on Twitter, it's there. Look at these meaty and there. All the content on the channel. You've got Monday tier list, Tuesday wrestling corner, NFL corner Thursday, Friday, possibly, I don't know, and you've got the F1 watch-alongs. They're just showing the video from last week all about the Black Lives Matter and sort of the equality they want, end racism in F1. Lewis Hamilton and Corinne Chanduk had a very good interview just previously before the race. Yeah, so that's content actually on the channel mainly, and then this is what we're doing on the channel a lot in the past week, and then coming up this week we've got Champions and Europa League matches. We've got all the watch-alongs for that all week, starting on Monday. Hold back and load up who has got what and who will be on who. So for the Champions League, Atalanta versus PSG will be Kieran L and Josh. Leipzig versus Atletico Madrid will be me and Kieran L. For Barca versus Bayern, it'll be Josh and Kieran D. And for Man City versus Leon, it'll be Kieran D and me. So you're getting me and Kieran back together. For Europe. It will be interesting now. They're all lining up. They're all wearing the racism shirts. It'll be very interesting now who takes the knee. Hamilton takes it. And so basically, practically everyone on the front row, and then nearly everyone on the back row, apart from, well, two people on the back row. I think that's Hulkenberg and Ocon. Emily Betts and Hamilton, about turn one and Hulkwing. I did see something. The odds are actually quite. I think it's 5-1 for Hulkenberg to get a pole, a P1, just because he's qualified in third, and he's what's it called, and obviously Bottas and Hamilton are. But them two rarely ever crash into each other. I'm trying to remember the last time they did. What are we getting now? Are all the drivers? Where are they? I know they were lining up for the national anthem. Oh, they've switched. They switched round. They have switched. Oh, right. I've got to get rid of this. So yeah, we're just getting the British national anthem. I think more could have been done with the kneeling and stuff. I know obviously some drivers don't want to, and you've got the lovely video package. Who's singing? I don't know. I don't think it's famous. But it's in God Save Our Queen. Lovely song. Not a lovely song, it's horrible. So obviously, we've got the race today, and then tomorrow we're with the Champions League promotion. And then tomorrow, you've got next Sunday, you've got the Barcelona GP. So I think it's the Barcelona. I'll have a check, but I'm pretty confident. Great Britain. 14th to the 16th. Is that next week? It is. So yeah, next week we'll be back. Then we'll have a break, and then we'll have Belgium. Then we'll have Italy. Then we may have the other Italian. I don't know. It's all to do with moving and stuff. But we'll wait and see. But yeah, we've got that. Let's go through qualifying. If I can find it. There we go. So we'll sit through the qualifying here. So in P1, it is obviously that man, Valtteri Bottas. Pipped his teammate just to the finish line. Got there quick. In second, it is Lewis Hamilton, the man who won here last week. Even with the punctures in his tyres, he still did it. In P3, it's Nico Hulkenberg. Nico, a man who returned to F1 for 2 weeks, didn't think he'd be here, and he got that P3. Who again? Yeah. Nico Hulkenberg, it's his biggest chance. He's never had a podium F1, even though being in the sport for a while. It's basically his biggest opportunity to get here, and I think he can do it. I really do. By the way, put your predictions in the chat of what you think. So Nico Hulkenberg in P3. If he, all he needs is, it's going to be tough for him because you've got Valtteri and Lewis really going to be pushing him. But even if he gets that solid P3, he will have to fight off man in P4, Max Verstappen in the Red Bull, and then Danny Ricciardo in the P5 in the Renault. Had unbelievable pace considering Esteban Ocon was in P11. I know Ocon got thingy, but great pace from Danny Rick. Obviously, he'll be moving to McLaren and sort of. I mean, he won't be happy to see where Lando and Carlos thingy, but he's probably very happy to see the progression of the team. Look forward to move there. In P6 is Lance Stroll and the other racing point. Not as quick as Nico, but yeah, he's still P6, still a great opportunity there to get up the places. P7 is Pierre Gasly in the AlphaTauri. Great qualifying from him, considering where Kvyat had P16. Really, mate, going up 12 positions past his teammate. Incredible by Pierre Gasly. P8 is Charles Leclerc in that Ferrari. There's still issues with the Ferrari. Let's hope James don't let battles down. Nico Hulkenberg is a real Nico in F1. Wow. Come on, Nico. Let's let both mates take each other. Fingers crossed, man. Because imagine, that genuinely the race. But I want Danny Rick to be there as well. So spins out. Hulkenberg zooms past. Max zooms past. Danny Rick zooms past. Danny Rick gets that P3, that podium that. And I did in a while, obviously, at Renault. We can always hope, can't we? P9, Alex Albon. He's so off the pace with Max. And I think sometimes you do blame, like, maybe the preference, but you are in very similar cars, so you cannot blame the cars. I think they've got the same cars. The setups are different, but he needs to be a lot. He needs to be at least be getting in P6, P5, P7, even if he's one place behind. Lando Norris at P10, the McLaren not having amazing pace again. Especially Carlos not even making out a Q2. But yeah, could have done better there. In P11, it is Sebastian Vettel. Ocon did get a time penalty, so he starts a 3+ grid penalty for not moving that way. George Russell, it could have been very bad. Russell does slow down on his lap though. So that's P11 is Seb Vettel again, the Ferrari, not much pace, not making out a Q2. Then it's Carlos Sainz in P12 and Roman Grosjean in P13. And I think Grosjean has to have a look at it, considering the Haas haven't really got out of Q1. For him to get into Q2 is quite incredible, really, with that Haas, who haven't really shown much qualifying pace. Gasly's out qualified Albon a few times. I know, it's mental, innit? I think I wouldn't be surprised if Albon getting started at the end of the season and they still either Perez. You know what? I could see Vettel going to Racing Point or Aston Martin, it would be, and then probably taking Checo, just because I think you need Perez in the seat. But I do see Hulkenberg return. I know people say maybe Haas, and just so he did because he deserved that seat, and maybe drop Roman or Kevin. But Roman again, great qualifying, like low key, great qualifying. And then it's P14. It's Esteban Ocon. Obviously, got the 3+ penalty for not moving out of the way from George Russell. Speaking of that, man, it's George Russell on P15 again, getting out of Q1, getting out of it, and it's what you want from that Williams. I think in the meetings they probably talk Russell again though. He needs that big car because look how much he's outperforming Latifi and look how much he's getting out of a Williams. In P16 it's Kvyat, a man who when your teammates in P7 you've got to be doing better. And yeah, he needs a good race today. Obviously last week he did spin out and he'll hoping for not repeat at that. Kevin Magnussen in P17. His Haas is 3 places above him. He's going to have a good race here. Nicholas Latifi, P18. He's not the worst car on the track, and I suppose it's a thing you can take with Giovinazzi in P19 and Kimi Räikkönen in P20. So big opportunity, not big opportunity. I think the Alphas are going to have it tough. That's the Romeos. I'm just going to share this on Facebook quickly. So apologies if I go quiet. They're just showing all the cars here. I'm just having a look here. I'm just going to drink. Oh, it's very interesting that some of the teams obviously lodged a protest against Racing Point. I think Renault did the first one, and then Racing Point had been fined $400,000 and a 15-place team penalty. And then you have then Lawrence Stroll's come out and said, we won't take this, and a couple of more teams have backed him. I think it is 3 versus of 5 versus 5, or it might be 6 versus 4. But yeah, it's Racing Point are definitely going to protest that. Higher Jesseland. Kvyat at the end of the season, Albon goes back there. I wouldn't be surprised, I think Red Bull are not afraid to just change it without doing anything at all. I'm just going through Twitter. I see Racing Point literally just say Nico Hulkenberg has made it further than he did last week. So yeah, I think this will be one issue. He's not really raced in the season, particularly. Well, he didn't race last week. He's done quali, but he's got to try something. He wouldn't have had race practice. So I'm trying to find a way to talk about just say coming up next 70th anniversary. I'm just gonna go through Twitter, see if there's anything special, any news on F1. Oh, I've got Idrissa. Just gonna keep on scrolling. Yeah, nothing much here. It's just racing. So F1 social media, incredible. And someone just said, I thought the national anthem for an anniversary Grand Prix would be happy birthday to you. Fair play. Pog's in the chat from Jesseland. Hamilton, Bottas in that order, my prediction. I know it's boring, obvious, but can only see it happening. I think Hulkenberg, unfortunately, he didn't have that race experience. And you know what? If he may just go, it's my last race. It raises a point of confident that Perez will come back next week, even though they don't know how the test is going to be, but they're confident he'll be back. Red wants to know if it's legal or not, because if it's legal, they give Alcantara the blueprints. Well, yeah, probably. True, actually. Because what regulations, do they come in 2021? Or did they delay it a year? May have delayed it. I can't think off the top of my head for some reason. Oh, that looks lovely. It's a McDonald's breakfast. Ooh. If you can tell I'm hungry, I might as well before the race starts. I've got my plethora of snacks today. Not plethora. Normally I have something because this was so last minute. I've got 2 bananas, which is an absolute shambles, and I've got a bottle of water. So it's healthy. It's very healthy, but it's not the most filling. Live now. Who's going to win? Will Hamilton? I know I'll type. See, you've got to help me. I thought they did delay it. Depends on Verstappen's start. I mean, Verstappen has got the best amazing starts in a couple of races. It's just showing out the anniversary. I know all the Sky team are wearing special outfits. So yeah, they're all wearing special stuff. So is it the 70th anniversary at Silverstone? Or is it 70th anniversary? Yeah, it's definitely just the 70th anniversary of F1, I think. Oh, showing is it Jos Verstappen where his car just sets aflame? Is that Captain Tom Moore? Sir Tom Moore. I mean, I think it's a good talk about Ferraris. It's shown so much of them, and what is the problem? Obviously, Charles Leclerc eking out podium, but not great qualifying yesterday, and Sebastian Vettel just not really having anything. He said he did everything he could, and I do believe him because he's Sebastian Vettel. I might, if the race gets boring, I might do predictions for next year's seats. I'll try to find the image where it says all the ones that are confirmed. And see, I think we'll see a lot of the same drivers. Maybe a reshuffle in the pack. Will Hamilton make it for or can Valtteri or can Bottas? I'll put Bottas put a dent in that. I think we'll say that sounds right. In that, and can Hulken? Oh, I'm gonna spell Hulkenberg wrong. I already know I am. I already know it. How do you say it? Hulkenberg. And whenever I think of Hulkenberg, there it is. I always just think of the Daniel Ricciardo clip where he's on he's in Spain and he's just going on a thing and just going Nico Hulkenberg, just taking the piss out of the German accent. And that's how I only see his name now, unfortunately. And can Hulkenberg get his maiden podium? Sorry guys if I'm not very interactive. I'm just trying to get some posts out just so we can get as many people as we can in. We've got the opening vignette, the package. Let me load up Twitter as well because I realised in my original tweet. Oh fucking else! Nothing to do with F1. Never mind. I say Sam McCall's broken his back if anyone's interested. Rowan C99 on Twitter. Go follow it. I want to go on my profile. There it is. Sorry, lads. Just in the replies. At the sports corner at the top corner, and follow on Twitter at the top corner on Twitch. Get all the updates with everything that goes live. We're just getting the introduction now with the lovely music playing in the background. Then it's what the hashtags. It's hashtag F1, and then hashtag F170. There we go. And then I'm gonna do hashtag F170 GP. There we go. A lot of weird hashtags, but we've got to get them in there. We've got to try and get as many people as we can in. The F1 theme is beautiful. I feel last season F1. Yeah, I don't like that they've added sort of the historic moments in. Yes, Sam Cowell will still be a big. It will. Will Sam Cowell? No, I'm not gonna. No. We just get an introduction of the old track. Oh, lovely drink. They're doing like a through history, which I quite like. Looks really nice. It'd be a very interesting race today. I think most fans don't really know what to expect. Obviously, Pirelli have changed the pressures in the tyres, so it may let longevity go. I think we'll see a lot of cars doing a two stops just to guarantee that what happened last week doesn't happen for them. I'm just having a look. 99 to the showing now. Prost. It's nice to see in the cars. Then we're getting Hamilton's in 2008. I mean, a man who would be looked at as one of the greatest ever British sportsmen. I think he is that polarizing in F1 just because he's dominated for so long. And yes, he's had the car, but when he was in McLaren, he produced performances. So yeah, they're just showing the tyres now. Oh, have they changed it? I say they changed the tyres up, but I don't think they have. Yeah. Interesting to see where this race will go. Very interesting. Just showing the starting grid now. I'll run through it if you haven't seen. It's Valtteri Bottas in P1, Lewis Hamilton in P2. Only 6/10 of a second, I think. And then it's Nico Hulkenberg and Max Verstappen with Danny Rick and Lance Stroll in P5 and P6 respectively. In P7, it's Pierre Gasly, great qualifying, out qualifying one Red Bull and a Ferrari. Speaking of the other Red Bull, Alex Albon in P9 and Lando Norris in P10. Not amazing from McLaren. Sebastian Vettel, P11 and Carlos Sainz in P12. Only just getting in P12, he could have got P11 close. Rowan Grosjean in P13 from the Haas. Well done to him because he really does deserve it. And Esteban Ocon in P14. George Russell in P15 got out Q1 again. Kvyat is 16th. Magnussen 17th. Latifi 18th. Giovinazzi 19th. And Raikkonen 20th. I'm going to be saying this every race weekend. Rip Ferrari. You never know. They might have a great race. They've got the tyre warmers on, but expect them to come off soon. Expect them to come off very soon. And so obviously Valtteri's on mediums. I think most of the guys will be on either mediums or hards. So Lewis Hamilton's secret to equal Michael Schumacher's record on getting the most consecutive races in the same country. Schumacher did it in Germany. Hamilton obviously 252 days since last Formula One Grand Prix start for Nico Hulkenberg. Danny Eduardo, yes, back again. Good man. Thank you very much. I mean, you missed. I played it extremely late. I set an alarm for 12 because I've got the luxury of sleeping. And I set an alarm for 12, and I slept. And then I set an alarm for 12:30, something like that. Then 1 o'clock, and then I woke up, checked my phone. It was 1:30. Tyres: Bottas, Hamilton, Hulkenberg mediums, Verstappen hards, Ricciardo, Stroll, Gasly, Leclerc, Albon, Norris mediums, Vettel, Sainz hard, Grosjean, Ocon, Russell mediums, Kvyat hards, Magnussen, Latifi, Giovinazzi mediums, and Raikkonen hards. So let's hope Pirelli's improve the tyres. Yeah, someone hasn't started. There we go. It was Kimi Raikkonen. He had me. He started there. I was worried. I was very worried there for him. Oh, put my hat back on. You know what? We're gonna have the first banana of the stream. Here we are. Lovely. It's all about just showing the predicted pit stop strategy. Say mediums lap 10 to 16 come in. Yeah, they're guessing a 2-stop, so yeah. So probably to Kimi Räikkönen team. It won't fucking start. It's the one. That was a horrible impression. It's the one where he's in. Where they call him to pits, and he comes in, and they go, "No, no, don't." And it's too fucking late now. It's too late. I'm in. Understood. Copy. We're showing the previous winners: Hamilton, Vettel, Hamilton, and Hamilton. I mean, I know it's sort of nice. I'm glad the regulations coming in just because that thing won't just say the same names. You might get a different winner every race, so that'll make it more fun. And it will be based on driving. I think Hamilton will still be there because he's an impeccable driver. 9:10 start here. Worked all day, so hopefully make it through the race. If it's another snow, that's fair enough. And fair play, the dedication. I'm very lucky that we live in England because a lot of the races benefit from English times. I think the worst one's Japan, and that starts at 6:10. All you have to do is just get up early. The majority, all of them are afternoon. I remember when I started uni. It was great because I could wake up at lunch, get up and just do anything, and go to the shop and then just come back and watch the race because it was like at 3 or 2. I hadn't actually looked at the schedules for all the other races, but I'm guessing they'll all be afternoon for me just because of everything. Just because they're all European races, aren't they? Let's have a look. Schedule. There it is. So yeah, Belgium is Spain, Belgium, Italy, Russia, Germany, Portugal. I think the only struggle one will be Russia, just because they're a little bit ahead. Does it show the start times? So yeah, so 10:02 for Spain, which is fine. Belgium, it's 10:02 again for me. Italy, it's 10:02. So Italy, Russia, it's 10:12. So we'll have an early stream on that day. When's Russia? That's 27th September, so that's fine because I'll be at uni. Germany is 1:10, so we'll have an early stream. That's in October. And then Portugal, it's 1:10. So all very easy times. I'm watching Grand Prix before my shift at work tonight. After my shift tonight, I'll be off to. Oh, that's lovely, Chris. That is absolutely. And yes, Brazil, Mexico, horrible for me. Yeah, and it's lights out. And who's that? Who gets a great start? And that's the Renault's trying to get a great start. It's the racing point of Lance Stroll. So it's Verstappen already gets past Hulkenberg. There's a yellow flag. There's a yellow flag. Okay, it's not a racing point. We're all right there. Ricciardo now on the outside of, I think that's Stroll. He goes wide, and Stroll does get the position. It's Sebastian Vettel who has had problems. Oh, Hamilton's past Bottas. No, it's Bottas. Sorry. Oh, great commentary. Bottas is just holding off Hamilton here. And there you go. Bottas does keep his position. Then it is Max Verstappen. Then it's Nico Hulkenberg. Then it's Lance Stroll. And then it's Danny Rick. Gasly 7th. Norris 8th. Never mind Norris 9th. Albon 8th. Leclerc 10th. Sainz 11th. Ocon 12th. Magnussen 13th. Kvyat 14th. Giovinazzi 15th. Grosjean 16th. Latifi 17th. Russell 18th. Raikkonen 19th. And then Sebastian Vettel 20th. He's had a mare of a start there, Sebastian Vettel. Norris does get past Alex Albon. Great start from Kevin Magnussen, up 4 places. Grosjean, though, dropping down. Carlos Sainz on the inside of Charles Leclerc, and it doesn't get him. He holds off. Obviously, his future teammate. We've got Alex Albon now, who'll go for Lando Norris. He doesn't make it stick. Giovanazzi's got past Grosjean now. Giovanazzi with a great start. I mean, I can't remember who says it, but Giovanazzi. They always predict Giovanazzi to have the best start. And you know what? He's having it. Rip Ferrari, Chris. As you said, yes, Vettel sitting in P20. He's not fully away from the back, but he is battling Kimi Räikkönen, and there's no way you want the Ferrari. Now, they're all going to be in that DRS trim. So Charles Leclerc might. Yeah, Charles Leclerc's going to look at Albon. I don't think he'll get him. A second difference between Bottas and Hamilton. You know, if Bottas gets the thing, it's going to make the season very. If he gets the win, it's going to make the season very interesting. Bottas and Newton, yet he's not paying any attention. He's just going to do his own race. I don't think they'll call for it because it's not like they're both battling for the title, and Verstappen's not really a threat yet. Kimi Raikkonen does get past Nicholas Latifi now, but Vettel having a horrid start. Hulkenberg does drop one position with Verstappen. Stroll gets a one. Ricciardo drops one. Leclerc drops two. Magnussen up 4, Giovinazzi up 4, Kvyat up 2, Ocon up 2, Sainz up 1. But yeah, not a great start for him. And Vettel does get past Nicholas Latifi, who something must happen because he's nearly a second behind Vettel already. Very strange. Magnussen, David Kvyat. I think DRS has just been enabled, so we should see some more overtakes. Bottas does just set the fastest lap, which you would expect. Bottas is out of DRS. Fastest lap, yeah, is 1:31.384. Still really hungry. Peckish. And now Bottas. Hamilton, I think, has only just got DRS. He's activated it, but he won't get it. It's a bit too late, but he'll keep on going for him. So Hulkenberg, Verstappen's got. Verstappen does get a great start against Nico, but Hulkenberg not the best start. I think Ricciardo could have got Hulkenberg. He has to pull off. Ooh, Vettel nearly spins into. We're gonna watch it now. He gets actually quite a decent start, and that's Lando Norris who gets an amazing start, and he locks, and he gets some wheel spin on the curb, and then spins out, and he does get back on the track, and he does hunt him back down. We've seen it from Esteban Ocon's point of view. That's so close. It clips the mud, spins out, nearly takes out Sainz. Sainz does avoid it, has to run wide, but I think we've seen it from, yes, this is Carlos Sainz's point of view. So you see Leclerc lock up, and then he hits the curb, he spins, and Carlos Sainz has to have incredible reactions there to avoid it. Stephen race starts so inconsistent. One race start bad, one race start good. Yep. Ricciardo also having a great start here. Well, not having a great start. Lance Stroll does eventually get back. In terms of his goal, he was right behind Hulkenberg. Could have got him on the inside, but he didn't go for it. And now, I think we're back to the boring race, Danny, unfortunately. Where we just sat watching and waiting. But not commiserating, unfortunately. Yeah, nothing much was happening. Seb's checked out. You think he finished the season strong? Might as well let Junior get some starts. I don't know. I think it depends. I think if Seb getting that Aston Martin seat, I think they may drop him. Well, no, actually. Oh, I don't know. That's a great shout, though, Chris. Oh, who would be the youngster that would come in for the starts? I'm trying to think who would have enough point. Bring in Hulkenberg. I mean, it won't matter if he'd be further behind than he is now. And if Verstappen race starts with consistently be a threat, Sainz is a great race winner. I can't remember the last time he crashed in an avoidable situation. Last year, nothing. I've gone back and watched the previous years. Yeah, not bad at all. He's a great driver. I think he's been. It's strange ever since he signed for Ferrari. His performances have not been as good as they were before, and it's really strange. And we are going to be back to this boring racing. Albon's going to try hunt down Norris, but I know he's not close enough. Same with Leclerc. Silverstone is a lovely place. It looks quite hot there, I'd say. You're getting the weatherman with me today. If you get me lifting up my hat, I do apologise. It's just, I hate wearing hats. I don't mind wearing hats, but it's my head itching. There, Norris getting up 2 positions. He does get past Leclerc and Albon there. Pierre Gasly still great in 7th, sitting comfortably. Dynamic does lose place. Hulkenberg also does, but Stroll and Verstappen all gain 1 place in the race. So the biggest thing is Sebastian Is Nicholas Latifi retired, or is he that far off the pace? Because he's not currently. There he is. Yeah, Sebastian Vettel not having the best starts. I was thinking Mick Schumacher or Schwartzman. Obviously, if you didn't see in F2, I haven't actually seen the proper clip, but I saw some commentary and like Twitter stuff. And apparently Schwartzman and Schumacher just collided. I think Schwartzman was leading as Schumacher goes for it, and they just crash into each other. And Tsunoda picks up the win, or goes into first at least. And I know one of the drivers took 100% full responsibility. But I suppose what F2 is there for. It's there for drivers to hone the craft, and learn. Maybe Schumacher, maybe Schwartzman. Who else is in that Ferrari thing? Is Ilott on the Ferrari? No, I don't really see anyone. I don't really see anyone going into that seat. You can't exercise and move. I was thinking maybe Sainz just does come in for. It's interesting with the sort of the Aston Martin situation because yes, Vettel, I don't think he's checked out in terms of F1. I think ever since Ferrari dropped him, I do think his confidence is definitely down in the car and in the team. Because it would be, imagine if you were playing for a football team and you go from being one of the best starting 11 players to being told you're surplus to requirements. You wouldn't feel comfortable. You wouldn't probably play to your best thing. Let's see Magnussen give it a chance. Yeah, I think unfortunately his time at Haas hasn't been amazing. I'm trying to look at the thing now who could go into that Ferrari. See, let's say people can move now and it's not Carlos Sainz. Put George Russell in it and just see what I can get out of that Ferrari car. I know he's a shooting for Mercedes. Bottas signed another contract for another year, which unfortunately for George Russell did sign a 3-year contract, which means when he goes to Mercedes, he's going to have so much experience in F1. Then if you look at Valtteri Bottas, he was at Williams for 2 seasons, were it? And then he's moved up to Mercedes and he's had good performances, but he's never beat Hamilton, unfortunately. We're seeing Vettel now trying to get his way past Russell, Grosjean, Alex Albon pits. Yeah, Alex Albon is pitting, which is very strange. I thought it was a Ferrari Junior. Pit stops. He's gotten the hards. It's what's it called? It's a different sort of drink. Hi guys from down under. 10 past 11. Oh god. Brazil, Montreal, Kota. Funny times for me. Early. See, that just seems horrible to me. 10 past 11. You think that'd be great for me because I'm more of a night person than a morning person. But yeah, I'm trying to think when out. America, Canada, and Brazil for me. I'm trying to remember last year when I watched all of them. When was Brazil will be the freshest in my mind, or Mexico? When was it them? I'm gonna look, but I think no, they were even. I think they're like 8 p.m. for me, which is can't be 8 p.m. You've rattled me now. You've absolutely rattled me. I'm trying to figure out when it is. F1 schedule. I want to go to 2019. I might be fine. 2019 schedule. Also, Red Bull have gone bold, going with the hard tires. 2019 schedule. F1. There we go. Couldn't imagine though 10 past 11 p.m. because if it's a long race as well, it finishing at 1 p.m. just feels it don't feel amazing. There we go. Where's America? Mexico. They race what time? Results maybe. So now they don't have times. That's strange. Anyway. Everyone's more of a night still to get a full-time job. You make the most of it. You do make the most of it. Oh yeah, I get up early when I'm at uni, thank you. I try my best. I used to work and decided I can make the most out of not working. In fairness, I can use what I'm doing now as my uni work. So it is. So what's it called? It's not double entendre. That's completely the wrong word. Bottas complaining about his rear left is now hotter than the front left. So yeah, 3 pit stops. It's Giovinazzi, Albon, and Gasly. So they are hoping definitely for a thing. Student plus 4 years here. You know what? You can forever be a student because you're always consistently learning. Easy. It's still Bottas, Hamilton, Verstappen at the front 3. I'm trying to think if there have been any movement. I'm going to take this hat off. I don't care what my hair looks like because my head is sweaty. I wore it yesterday, but if you're new to the channel, it's not just these F1 watch-alongs I do every Sunday. We've got a lot of other stuff. As I might as well do some promotion while thinking. So if you look along the bottom down there, tier lists are on Monday. So tomorrow is it Monday? Yeah, we've got KD. So if you are a fan of football, we're doing League One sort of tier list table predictions for next year. So if you're not a football fan but you want to get to know these lower English leagues, which are very entertaining, tune into that. George Russell does pit now as well. So all of them are hoping for maybe something in this races. I mean, you're gambling, but sometimes it might pay off. On Tuesday, it's me. I'm back again with my co-host Simon for the Wrestling Corner. We've had some very weird wrestling shows this past week, so we'll talk about all of them. Wednesday, it's normally the Top Corner podcast, but currently we're on hiatus. That's our big football podcast for all the European leagues. And you know what, JB? And the Australian League, because I'm just saying, Nico Hulkenberg, just saying, confirming the plan. Plan A, apparently, so whatever that means. But I don't know how I found out about them, but when I was doing the I do a quiz on the podcast when we're back in the studio. There were an A-League question, and I fell in love with Mitchell Duke because his name Mitchy Duke for the Western Sydney Wanderers. So they're currently my A-League team. So they're playing on Wednesday. I think it's 11 p.m. Me. Kevin Magnussen does come in for a pit, and there's another one, and it's Latifi. Latifi does pit as well. Is these laps shorter? I don't seem to remember having 52 last week. I said there was like 67. Or am I making that up? Someone please let me know. I swear there were more laps last week. So it'll be a quicker race at least, so you won't have as much boringness. What else have we got on the channel? Oh yeah, we've got one big thing that we've been doing. Thanks to everyone that's tuned into all these watch-alongs. And we've got more watch-alongs this fall for your football, Champions League, and Europa League match watch-alongs all happening. We've seen Albon now. He's trying to get past Pierre Gasly. Obviously, Gasly did pit. They took a risk, obviously, put him in the back of the pack. But yeah, watch-alongs are all starting on Monday. So that'll be very fun. There's going to be 2 of us on each game when there's one game. Albon now will have to try prove something and get up his track. Has Albon got DRS? No, he don't. Not anymore, anyway. And yeah, not much is happening. Bottas 1.3 seconds ahead of Hamilton. Verstappen 1 second behind Hamilton. So Hamilton 1 second above. There you go. You get the intervals between it. Verstappen a second behind Hamilton. Hulkenberg 8 seconds behind Verstappen. 2 seconds behind. Hulkenberg is in front of Lance Stroll. Ricciardo's a second, 2 seconds behind Stroll. Very awkward. Gasly does get past Kimi Raikkonen. Raikkonen's not going to give it up easily. He locks up, but he's still going to stick on the inside, and he has to give up the position. But Kimi actually fighting in this Alfa Romeo, which is something nice to see from the Alfa, which hasn't had much of a showing. It'll be very interesting. I don't think the cars have really seen unreliable today, but we need to get a late game. Max Verstappen. Basically, his engineers tell him to hold off with the tyres. The temperature's getting too hot, and Max just goes, "It's the only chance I'm going to get behind this Mercedes. I'm not just going to drive like a grandma." Max Verstappen, a man who I think he's so serious about driving that he probably lets it overtake him a bit. Because you see in his interviews and stuff like when he did it with when he was Danny Rick, and even with Alex Albon, he's happy. He seems like a nice guy, but he's just so competitive in driving. I think he is a future world champion when everything does even out. He's still so young. He's only 22, which is absolutely mental. He's just Albon does run wide. That's why he doesn't get Gasly. He does run wide. I think we're 12 laps in. Yeah, we are. The Mercs have got some tyres out ready. Or they're heating up, never mind. It'll be... Verstappen is going to be trying to get... He's 7/10 behind Lewis Hamilton. And you know what? We could see Verstappen launching it here, but... Go for the undercut. I'm guessing that's to the Max Verstappen line, Chris. Max really there. In fairness, if you are Max, he is correct. Be interesting. It'd be very interesting. Yeah, he's just so competitive. And he'll just come out with the strangest sort of team radios. For sure. I'm just trying to think. It's interesting seeing this race because obviously... Because Verstappen is right behind him, Hamilton team radio. He's saying the rears have gone. So maybe Hamilton does pit. Yeah, maybe Hamilton does pit now. And don't sort of give Verstappen the overtake. Because Verstappen is going to have to pit. His engineers wanted him to pit, saying you can get him late after if you give yourself that lap. It'd be very interesting. We know the Mercs have got an incredible pit team. Oh, Valtteri Bottas left rear is ripped. Oh, it's Lewis Hamilton. We had a repeat. It's Lewis Hamilton, though. Yeah, he said his rears are finished. And you know what? Lando Norris does come pit. He's the first of the top 10 to pit. We'll see how much he drops down. I say he'll probably go down to 12th, possibly, depending on teams. Yeah, but Hamilton's tyres are quite ripped up. And it's Lando Norris who does pit. He's up. He's in. He's down. He's out. Good pit stop by McLaren there. Not you, Siri. Siri wants to talk to me. On. Oh. Norris locks up there, trying to slow down. Very interesting, though. So he does it. So Norris stays ahead of Gasly and Albon. So that's a great pit stop by McLaren, sort of giving him space because he's got that good time. And we see Max Verstappen hunting down Lewis Hamilton. Hamilton probably won't want to pick because he don't want to lose that spot, but it'd be very interesting because he said his right rears are done for. So his medium's not lasting incredibly long. We're watching Max Verstappen now. He is hunting him down. Will he? No, I can't get it here. Obviously, Max is on the hard, so he can go a bit longer, but they're saying they wanted to put him on, I think, mediums? I don't know what they said. So Bottas does pit, so Hamilton will go into first, same with Verstappen. But Bottas will get them, obviously, when everyone else does pit. Bottas will come in. They're doing the picture-in-picture, which is something I think all F1 fans wanted. He does pit. Up, on, out, smooth as you like. Valtteri has gone into hards, obviously. He started on mediums. Hulkenberg does get past. You know what? If Hulkenberg doesn't pit, he just somehow makes his tyres go. He can get P3. No, he will obviously pit. If these racing points can make their tyres last, same with Danny Rick had it early on in the season. Was it? I think it was it Austria 2, where he made his tyres go nearly 10 laps, 8 laps longer than everyone else, and I think he finished. Did he finish sixth that race? I might be making up, but there was a race where he made his tyres last for ages. Verstappen was hoping this was finalised last week. Yeah. So it looks like Hamilton will be pitting at the end of this lap. Will be very interesting. Wow. Mercedes has led every single lap in every race, apart from one, which was Max Verstappen lap 4 in Hungary. Hamilton is pitting, so Max Verstappen will have Verstappen pit. He will obviously won't. So Verstappen will have a bit of clean air. We're getting the AW and says there's a 7% chance of a Bottas overtake on Hamilton. What? What a stupid thing. Surely Bottas will. I don't know. AWS insights there not being the most insightful. A little bit of a slow pit stop. The front rear misses it first time, but gets it quick enough as and it's Ricciardo who does pit. You know, if no one else comes into pits here, Ricciardo could get a good release, and I think he does. So Ferrari's still not pitting. So Hamilton come out with Charles Leclerc. Danerick, will he come out before his teammate? He won't. He'll come out in P10, I'm guessing, unless Grosjean does pip him. But obviously, you've got Grosjean, Kvyat, Ocon, Sainz, Leclerc, Stroll, Hulkenberg, and Verstappen all to pit. This could pay off for Daniel Ricciardo if Ricciardo can get a bit of speed on these tyres now. Because he's obviously in the battle with racing points here. And the Verstappen, he could get a P4. Ooh. Raikkonen and Albon have a great battle here. And he's still... Does he stick it? He does. Kimi Raikkonen shows that he can still drive great. Albon not trying to concede the position here. She like to see Kimi fighting in a car which isn't that good this season. We all know it's not. It was starting qualified P19 and P20 for goodness sake. Seeing the pit stops, yeah, you've got Verstappen, Hulkenberg, Stroll in your top three around pitted. Leclerc, Sainz, Ocon, Kvyat, Grosjean, Vettel, and Raikkonen all not pitted yet. So yeah, so I think everything will come back to normal. Hamilton does get past Charles Leclerc. So yeah, Hamilton now in P5, Bottas P4. So Hulkenberg is in the pits. So all to do with it, because Verstappen is still going to go on this. So Hulkenberg has a good pit stop. Hulkenberg's on the hards now. Bottas will get past. Hamilton will get past. I'm sure. Yeah, about to say Leclerc will get past. But if Hulkenberg could come out before the last pitter that was close to him, yeah, easy overtake by Hamilton there. Leclerc obviously on weaker tyres, had DRS, just takes them on the inside. I need to learn all the corners and stuff, but that's really for hardcore, like proper fans who've been watching for a while. So Bottas has got a bit of a lead. And he just set another fastest lap. He's got a bit of a lead in Hamilton, probably 4 seconds, it says here. With Stroll in second. Hulkenberg does come out in 7th, but he does come out, most importantly, ahead of Carlos Sainz, ahead of Daniel Ricciardo. Because he's also got that 2-car gap between Ocon and Kvyat, who have not yet pitted. So yeah, Sainz and Leclerc not pitted yet, so Hulkenberg will get them there. And then Stroll and Verstappen not pitted yet. Hulkenberg is still at the shout here for a P3, you know, I'm just saying. It's all to do with Verstappen. How long is Verstappen going to keep on going on his tyres? It'll be very interesting. Be very, very interesting hours. So over the back of it, I'll run through. I am doing a proper run through. We're 16 laps in though. Thank you everyone that's tuned in, by the way. I really do appreciate it. It's something that I didn't think I'd be able to do on the channel just because it's mostly football. But I asked Josh if I could take a risk and it paid off. So thank you everyone. But it is Verstappen, Stroll, Bottas as fastest lap in 3rd, Hamilton, Leclerc, Sainz, Hulkenberg, Ocon, Kvyat, Ricciardo, Grosjean, Vettel, Norris, Gasly, Albon, Raikkonen, Giovinazzi, Russell, Magnussen, and Latifi. So Magnussen sitting back there. Grosjean P11 behind P at the end. Yeah. And we're watching there. Sebastian Vettel on. Speaking of Roman Grosjean, he's under pressure from Sebastian Vettel here. I'm just going to just check this. Everything's fine. Okay, there. Vettel track. Can't really catch up Grosjean here. There we go. Should get him very soon. Goes on the outside. We'll get him on the inside. He spins Grosjean. Grosjean does stick him. Verstappen. The tyre's still okay. Just managing the left front a little. So Verstappen here, we're a little bit worried about tyres as on DRS. And Vettel does get Grosjean. Grosjean looked at it for a little, but yeah. Vettel's peeling off from him. Not fully peeling off from him. There we go. Now he does. So he said proof is stubborn that he can do other things. Yeah, against Roman Grosjean, but he's still thinking run the old pit straight. I know that because it's very easy to distinguish. So we're 17 laps in. Yeah, it's definitely a short race, which will make it more fun because you're not sat through an extra 10 laps of boring. And this is showing Grosjean getting overtaken by Sebastian Vettel. I'm going to have my second banana of the stream. As Norris does overtake Roman Grosjean now as well. Norris obviously on them fresher tyres. We'll try get Sebastian Vettel as Grosjean now does finally come into the pits. Vettel starts to pit. Kvyat, Ocon, Sainz, Leclerc, Verstappen. You know what? I'm surprised some of these teams haven't pitted just because you're going to be so far behind. Well, no, people are going to... Speaking of that, Lance Stroll is pitting, Grosjean obviously pitted, Albon gets past him. It's all too weird Grosjean's going to come out here. I don't know what the gap is, but I think he'll just end up by his teammate, Kevin Magnussen. He does. Then Magnussen may get him as well. He will. Will Latifi get him? Grosjean is on pit exit. Latifi does get him, so Grosjean drops down to 20. Surprisingly, yes, same. That Grosjean Vettel, I was looking at it very close, but Vettel wins it and Grosjean sort of backs off. But we're going to finally get some really decent battles here, Chris, out, because, well, everyone will be on fresh tyres now and catching up to each other. As we see, it is a Williams getting past the Haas. No, it isn't. Is it? It is. Because one of them runs wide. Oh, shunting. Who's that? That's at 20. Is that Magnussen shunting a Williams of? I think that's Latifi. I think does Latifi. Latifi's he got the blue helmet? I think he does. Stroll pits as well. All to do with where he comes out now. Leclerc does pit as well. Sainz gets past Stroll. Does Hulkenberg? Hulkenberg does. Ferrari get great pit, and that pit looks very much like the Drive to Survive one, if you remember. Leclerc loses a lot of positions. Does come out in P10 behind. Where did Hulk spin? No. Chilling P5, mate. Don't you worry. Grosjean may as well retire from the sport altogether. Oh, poor Rowan. He does just seem like a nice guy, in fairness. No, Hulkenberg did spin. You're right there. I'm about to say, you had me worried. I thought I'd missed him. No, he's chilling P5. It was more just in the pit stop because Hulkenberg will be in P4 when Sainz pits. But he'll be under pressure from Stroll for some fresh tyres. Ricciardo may catch up as well. It depends on time. It's the two Red Bulls against Gasly. Great defending there from Alex Albon. Albon's still not going to give it up yet. No, back off a bit. Pierre Gasly not giving it up here. But Albon is quicker than him. He's making a lot of time up on Gasly. They've just said apparently Gasly's tyre. Oh, there's a big line on that tyre. I know Albon versus Gasly very spicy. I mean, not teammates, but what could be teammates next year if that moves. Do that Red Bull. I mean, if we look at next year's confirmed seats, Williams are already confirmed. Mercedes are already confirmed. McLaren and Ferrari are already confirmed. Haas are not. Alphas are not. AlphaTauris are not. Red Bulls, Verstappen's confirmed. Is Gasly confirmed for AlphaTauri? I don't know. I don't think he is, though. And Kvyat does pit. Which means Norris, Leclerc, Vettel will all get positions. So does Gasly, so does Albon. Does Kimi? Is the big question. Kimi does. Kvyat dropping down to P15 now. Kvyat, sorry. Leclerc makes his stick on Lando Norris. Will he? He's not giving it up. Oh, Norris on the outside. It doesn't get it. I didn't want to give it up, but Charles Leclerc with a great overtake there. So close there, but well done, Charles Leclerc. Lovely pit stop. Oh. It's incredible. It's meant Max Verstappen's still not pitting. Still not pitted anyway. Apparently Verstappen's lapping quicker than Bottas. Of Hamilton as well. Yeah, Verstappen, Sainz, Ocon, Vettel, Raikkonen not pitted yet. I mean, and maybe it's going to come back to bike horse Sainz as Sainz sitting in P4, but Nico Hulkenberg's right behind him. You know what? The best thing I think for all F1 stand now, Verstappen pits. He has a mare of a pit stop. Bottas and Hamilton, they're fighting now for P1. Oh no, they've crashed into each other. Sainz doesn't pit somehow. Sainz, Hulkenberg and Stroll. Or even if Sainz does pit and Ocon will pit, it'll be Hulkenberg, Stroll and Ricciardo. What a podium if there is. I don't think it will happen. Come on, Nico. Come on. Everyone's just watching thinking he can do it. I just hope the thing is, Verstappen have still got a pit stop to go, and he's still survived. He's got such a lead Hamilton team radio. Verstappen is a real threat here if he's one stopping. Lovely banana. Albon just finally get past Pierre Gasly. Apologies. Sorry, guys, I'm putting in an order. I want some water. I could whack in the fridge 1 second. Some bottles of water. So, yeah, but Alex Albon won't stop for Verstappen, apparently, yeah. And if he does it, great strategy from Red Bull, but it'll be bold. It'll be very bold, because we saw last week that the tyres, and that's a great overtake by Albon. He just doesn't give up and gets him on the outside. He does. And he goes off, not off track, but goes as wide as he can. And this proves why he deserved the Red Bull seat. Under investigation, who's this? Kevin Magnussen. So this is when Magnussen rejoined the track and he just shunted Latifi. We're watching the battle now. Carlos Sainz versus Nico Hulkenberg. 2 former Renault men. It's a big opportunity for Nico Hulkenberg. Yeah, Sainz still not pitting, so Sainz going for 1 stop again. If they do 1 stops, fair play to them. Fair play to them indeed. Verstappen said his tyres feel great. Jesus. You know what? If Verstappen makes this thing, what a strategy from Red Bull. I mean, we saw in qualifying, they took the risk going on them hards. And he's paying off. Carlos Sainz up 8 places so far in this race. I mean, Hulkenberg is putting him under a lot of pressure. He's on fresher tyres, but if they're doing a 1 stop, it could work incredibly well. And it is Carlos Sainz who does pay. Hulkenberg will get that P4, so now he's got a bit of clean air. They're just showing, I don't know who this is. Valteri Bottas. His back tyres are quite ripped up on sort of the outside. They're grazing. So I've been happy for once on team. I know he's down live. I mean, did everyone let me know in the chat? Have you seen Dan Ticktum's team radio to Sneaky Red Bull? Fair play to him if they pull it off. Yeah, but did you see Dan Ticktum's radio in F2? Oh no! All right. I thought Carlos Sainz had a mare of a pit stop. He didn't. He didn't have a pit. We're all right. Yeah, Dan Ticktum saying that's such a dangerous move. If he does that again, I'll crash into him. And if you don't know about Dan Ticktum, he's crashed into people on purpose in races. So saying that doesn't help him out. I think he also didn't mean he was going to actually do it. It's just a thing of like, you know what? Do you know what? It's anger. But yeah, I was looking at Sainz pit stop. In. There was a problem with McLaren's pit stop. I reckon the top at Max Perez to say his tyres were going early. In fairness, I think you can do so much with them team radios just because everyone can see them. You can really just, oh yeah, guys, my tyres are going really early. Like, you know what I mean? You could play the game, not the driving game, but the mental game. Don't get me wrong. Yeah, Dan Ticktum, or as Will Buxton call him, Dick Tantrum, and he got into a bit of hot water. New Love House, Williams a bit mental in it. Yeah. Do you think, Chris, are you American? Is it like it's a very strange thing with the Haas because yeah, they're both behind the Williams, and Magnussen is nearly 23 seconds behind his teammate. I don't know why. I'm guessing he pitted and stuff with damage, but God. Thing is, do you think Gunther Steiner deserves it? He comes across as such a nice guy in the Drive to Survive, but I don't know his team. Hamilton's on team radio. Blister is on the right front for Hamilton. Gasly does pit. He does his second pit strategy. Max Verstappen's still not pitted yet. It's incredible, this from the Red Bull team. Absolutely incredible. McLaren are just... Some happened with the wheel gun. With Carlson. That's why his pit stop was so slow. With the Haas, it's strange because they are that American side and they should have the American backing. But also, when all the races are in Europe, majority of the races are in Europe. Yeah, Haas only has 1 point to Williams 0. I know. I think the one problem with Haas is like with a lot of the teams, the European really, and so they can have that European audience, and also they can have the fans go to a lot more races than the American things. So when you go to America, you know the Haas thing is a lot bigger than it is everywhere else. A standard team, Flo Williams, then I'm done with this shit. It's like in the Gunther Steiner, one of the best guys in terms of if you want clips. I'm just looking. If Verstappen not paid, and do you know the other man that hasn't paid? Kimi Räikkönen. I mean, if you had that Alphas, you maybe just take a risk and say, Kimi, can you make your tyres last for as long as you can? And see if you can. He probably could. Verstappen there, though, not pitted yet, and he said his tyres are fine. You don't know whether that's a strategy thing or if genuinely his tyres are fine. I'm guessing it's only 2 teams that are doing one stop, unless Ocon and Kvyat were doing one stop, but Gasly does take his second one, by the way. F1 team is not promoted well, it's all about Haas and NASCAR. It's strange, isn't it? Because you think America don't really have a big F1 team. Surely do it in conjunction. I think I know more about the McLaren like IndyCar team and McLaren American Arrows than I do about Haas. It's strange, isn't it? I think they'll stay in the. I think they will stay in the sport because I think for Haas they've got 2 solid drivers. It's just all about having that car, and when the regulations are brought in, I think it'll all even up. I think we might see some probably maybe a new team, possibly. I'm just thinking more people will be more invested to bring a car to sort of join the sport when it's all fair level play. I think if I was a team owner now and I want to sign a new team, I won't come in now because Mercedes dominate. You're never gonna reach the level that other teams are at, but just because Mercedes, Red Bull, and what Ferrari would dominate the sport. It's very interesting. Is everyone's on hard apart from 2 men, and that's Ricciardo and Sainz. But Ricciardo pitted early, so I don't know whether Ricciardo's doing a 2-stop. Very interesting. Max Verstappen having a really good race. Hamilton said his tyres were gone. Nico Hulkenberg in 4th. Hulkenberg is driving faster than Hamilton. Come on, Nico. Come on. Obviously, I think he is on a 2-stop. Red Bull are pitting. Verstappen's going on mediums. Very interesting here from Red Bull. It's going to be very strange. Verstappen's in. It's going to be a bit slow on that back left, but back right, sorry, but you're fine there. Very, very close. Oh, look at that. You see Bottas. Ooh, Bottas does just get in out of the pit stop, but Max has got them tyres. He's close up, but he is so close to Valtteri. The thing is, Max needs to heat them tyres up, and it'll get him quick. Oh, that's easy for Max. The wheel-to-wheel Bottas. Verstappen gets it. Easy for Max Verstappen. And I think time penalty for Kevin Magnussen. It's not going to matter. Not going to matter at all. But I think the biggest thing is here. And you know what? Max Verstappen could run wild. I think fair play to Red Bull here. They've done it perfectly. Max made them hards last for 26 laps, considering where everyone else came in lap 13 to 16-ish. So now it's going to be all to do with that Hamilton, Hulkenberg, Bottas, Verstappen. Bottas, though, doesn't have the tyres. Well done to Red Bulls. They took a risk and it's paid off. Yeah. Well done to Red Bull, though. Well done to Max Verstappen. That is really making that car go. As I'll do a what's it called, a place rundown. So you've got Verstappen, Bottas, Hamilton, Hulkenberg, Stroll, Leclerc, Norris, Albon, Ocon, Kvyat, Ricciardo, Sainz, Vettel, Giovinazzi, Grosjean, Gasly, Raikkonen, Russell, Latifi, Magnussen. Magnussen getting the 5-second time penalty, but it's not going to matter. He sat in 20th. Hamilton team radio. He must have less pressure in his tyres or something. Very interesting. Very interesting indeed. Ooh. Yeah. It's very interesting. Hamilton, yeah. Come on, Lewis, you can't. Oh, it's interesting because I think that's just impeccable strategy and racing by Max Verstappen and the Red Bull team. I'm looking at Albon 8th. It'll be very interesting here. If I don't really care about the first, second, or third. Second, I care about that third position. Nico Hulkenberg is 15 seconds behind Lewis Hamilton. 15. I don't think his time penalty for Kevin Magnussen. He's got another one. Oh, they're just repeating the graphic. I was at 2 time penalties. Very strange indeed. I'm just going to load up Twitter. I think F1 will clarify, or an F1 page will clarify whether. I don't care about how anyone else does in this race apart from one man. I think we all know the man. Well done, Max Verstappen, though. I'm just trying to find out. Oh, they're showing the time penalty. Yeah, he just swerves into Latifi. It's just poor from him. Yeah, just poor from him. I'm going to sneeze. Going to make my mic quick enough. Apologies. Big sneeze. Charles Leclerc just set the fastest lap. Well done, Charles. Vettel team radio. It's in the gap that we didn't like. We spoke about this morning. Hang in there, but you know that you've messed up. Poor Seb. Poor Seb. Oh, I feel so sorry for him. Oh, Jesus Christ, we're only halfway through. I thought we were. Albon now gets past Lando Norris. This is what you want to see from him. Obviously, I don't want him overtaking Lando. I'm a big Lando fan. But I'm glad that he's making these overtakes. Well done. So Lando's the youngest. Yeah, he's my age, so 20, yeah. And there was Latifi was a new debutant, but he's older than them. Big Nick. Well, I didn't even realise we talked about the sort of Haas's bad performance. Grosjean's a P15. I know Gasly appeared. I think Raikkonen must have, but I didn't even know. I thought he was sitting behind Latifi. They're showing Alex Albon's overtake. He just gets a Sebe finishing. Really? Do you think? I think if he can voluntarily leave, I think he will. But then, unfortunately, will it be harder for him to get a seat just because he'll have that? Fairness, you say that. Look at someone pits. Oh no! Another issue for McLaren. Zach Brown watched it, but it seems a bit slow, that one. Oh no, it didn't. 3.3. Slow, but not terrible. So everyone pitted on one lap, apart from Ricciardo, Norris, and I think Gasly have all done 2. Vettel getting the divorce papers ready to send to Ferrari. Oh, I think you lot are right. I don't like to admit that the chat are right, but I think you are. It's sad. Yeah. It's all about Aston Martin now, isn't it? Stop team ready. Forget the tyre management as fast as you can within the limits of the tyre, obviously. See, this is the max that we like to see. A man who is just extremely happy. We're just going to fully send it. You're going to lick the stamp and go for it. You know what? They've got the fresher tyres. You build a big enough gap, you probably could come in for more soft. They'll come for another segment. As Hulkenberg now comes in for a set of hards. Yep. I don't know why I made the stupid sound. Albon does pit as well. But Alex Albon, well done to him. A man who had a poor start. He ended up dropping down a bit after pitting early, but he's built his way back up the pack. Hulkenberg, yes, does come up ahead of Esteban Ocon. Albon does get a good pit as well. You know what? Let's say Albon does get a P7. I think I'd be very happy with that, you know. Albon does drop down to 12. Be interesting now to see who else is going for the one. Well, the one stop seemed like it was going to be Verstappen, Kvyat. So Ricciardo's dropped. Why is Ricciardo's dropped? Oh, Danny Rick. Oh, Daniel, mate. Imagine if Verstappen did win, I know. Danny. Oh, mate. He has such good qualifying. For me, Daniel Ricciardo needs to get ready for that move. There's something about him at Renault which just, I don't know, hasn't fit. He's such a good driver, though. Are they going to show us? Verstappen does set the fastest lap. Stroll does pit now. I just want to... What I don't understand is... What happened? There we go. We're showing Danny Rick. He sees his teammate Esteban Ocon. Oh! Someone behind him. I don't know if they see each other. Oh, I don't know what happened there, but Ricciardo just spins. Damn it. Poor Danny. Damn it. Right, it's all down to Nico now. Fastest sector by Verstappen again. Every lap you just see, in fact, 20 laps to go on the mediums. Verstappen will definitely pit again. He just needs to build up that gap. It's going to be interesting now. You want Nico to get that podium. It's your best opportunity. You're going to need Charles to pit. You're going to need Charles Leclerc to pit. Come on. Imagine if Verstappen, Mercedes coming out and it's Hamilton. I thought Hamilton. Incorrect is Bottas. And Max Verstappen will come in as well. They're going to play it close. Who gets a quicker pit stop? That's a great... Bottas does get a decent pit stop. Now they're close. They're close. What tyres is everyone? So Red Bull do two stop. But they're all going to be close now. They're all going to be very close, especially when Verstappen, Hamilton pits, because he will pit. He needs to pit. So I'll just do a quick leader. It's Hamilton, Verstappen, Bottas, Leclerc, Hulkenberg, Stroll, Kvyat, Ocon, Sainz, Vettel, Albon, Ricciardo, Norris, Gasly, Giovinazzi, Grosjean, Raikkonen, Russell, Latifi, and K. Magnussen. Very interesting now. Going to be... Oh, Jesus Christ, I nearly fell. My life, the fan cam needs to go, lol, swinging. Yeah, some of them have worked, like the Norris one where the guy poured milk, yeah. Some of them. Something wrong with the car to make the left rear do that. Hamilton, obviously. It loves a cheeky complaint, doesn't it? It really does. It's a Lewis Hamilton thing, and I think we all expected that. Poor Seb. I'm just re-seeing the thing. I'm scrolling through. Poor Danny Rick. It's interesting now, Hamilton. Oh, his back, his rear left, and his front rear have got severe grainage. See, as you can tell, I don't know the proper name, but I'm calling it grainage and severe. Oh. Let me minimize that Twitter. Interesting ourselves, Hamilton now sitting in P1, but he will pit. He's got to pit. You look at his rear left and you think, I mean, let me know what you think in chat with that rear left. But for me, that is pit worthy. Someone's pitted. It's Charles Leclerc. No, it's not. Sebastian Vettel. My bad. My bad at all. I couldn't see the number. Seb does pit. And pit stop for Sebastian. He goes on the mediums. Good pit stop. Ricardo, Norris do go past Vettel. So Sainz, Ocon, and Kvyat, Leclerc, and Hamilton all yet to pit. And it's I think it's the Alfa Romeos. The Alfa Zoo are not pitting. Alfa Romeo, yeah. It's going to be Alfa Tauri. And there's Giovinazzi coming in at the back of the pack. You haven't really got a big battle at the back of the pack here. You've obviously got your Vettel, Gasly, Norris, Ricardo, and sort of Albon I'll put there as well. And then you've got your Sainz, Ocon, Kvyat, who haven't pitted. I don't think Ham's tyres. I thought you said Haas. No, same. He's going to have to pit. It's interesting when, though, because 11-second gap. Hamilton on team radio. On the last set of tyres was the rear. So there's still rubber remaining apart from the blistered section. Very interesting. So they're just saying that if Hamilton pits now, come out behind Leclerc. Hulkenberg, unfortunately, lads and ladies, I don't think he's getting it. He's sat 12 seconds away from Charles Leclerc. I don't think it's happening. Someone did start pitting, but Carlos Sainz. Sorry, I couldn't see in the bottom right who pitted. God is Hulkenberg. So it goes Hamilton, Verstappen, Bottas is your top three. Hamilton yet to pit though. You expect him to pit, and as it stands, he'll come out just behind Leclerc. We need a big crash here. Not a big crash in terms of dangerous. We need a crash that'll take a couple that front four out of the race. Be very interesting now. Or even the front three. Actually, I'm happy with Charles Leclerc to get up first. Oh. So we've got 4 at 12, 16 laps left. It's going to be interesting to see when Hamilton. Apparently, Hamilton may stay on his tyres, but you obviously saw last week his tyres went, unless he's going for another last lap, no tyres. No safety car. You know what? Safety car would make this fun. It'd make it very fun. Blistering on the tyres. Yeah, he's rear right. Albon does get Esteban Ocon as well. Yeah, he said on the rear right. And the front left, I think. Sorry, I'm concentrating. Norris just gets past Daniel Ricciardo. Kvyat does pit. Yeah, Kvyat does pit. Roasting, still so hot. It's just muggy in England now. It's not even like hot. It's just clammy. Yeah, Alex Albon now just sending it on the inside. Esteban Ocon does get him. Let's have just a look. There we go. Trying to get something sorted. Obviously, while we've got people in here, while nothing's happening while we wait for Hamilton to pit, Russell does get past Ricciardo. Something's happened to Danny Rick unless he's had to pit again. So Hamilton said the tyre's not going to blow right, and they've said we think it's safe. It's just the blister that's cost bid there. I don't think they're pitting. They're basically telling Hamilton to build the gap up. Very, very interesting. They've got the tyres ready, but interesting. But if you haven't heard of us, we have the Sports Corner. It's not Sticky England. You are right, Ethan. You are very right. But if you haven't heard of us, we have the Sports Corner. It's not just these F1 watch-alongs on Sunday that I do. On Mondays, we've got tier list Mondays with KD, where they rank, they debate a lot of sport topics. Last week I did wrestling themes. This week they're doing League One English football. Tuesday it's me and Simon back with the Wrestling Corner. Sorry, I'm just reading that. Really interesting. Yeah, so then Tuesday Wrestling Corner, we talk about all things wrestling. Wednesdays, it's normally the Top Corner podcast, but we're on a bit of hiatus until September, until the season gets fully underway. On Thursday or Friday, it's the NFL Corner, don't know when. Next Sunday, I'm back for another F1 watch along with the Spanish Grand Prix. I think if it is next week. You know, if it's an F1 race, I'm live. Should be. If not, just check out the Twitter. And then all week next week at 8 p.m. we have got football watch-alongs, Champions League and Europa League all starting on Monday. Thank you very much indeed. So yeah, Verstappen set the fastest lap, 15 laps left. Hamilton might not pit here. We're just getting a really good battle. It's between Vettel, Gasly, and Carlos Sainz. Carlos Sainz obviously replacing Sebastian Vettel next year, getting that big move to a Ferrari that I think every F1 driver dreams of, really. Just 'cause it is Ferrari, and who doesn't love Ferrari? I'm just gonna just check because I was want to see why Ricardo's dropped so far down. I know obviously he spun out and stuff, but I didn't think he dropped that far down. 2 seconds, lads. Twitter. There we go. A big risk. Hamilton only doing one stop. I think Hamilton. If the team thinks it's going to be the team's. That's the problem. It's going to be the team's fault. Leclerc hasn't pitted actually, hasn't he? Okay, Hulk fans, here's the situation. Lewis stays out trying to win the race. Tyres go boom, Hulk podium. Reality, tyres go boom on the last lap. Hamilton wins again. I sort of wanted to blow, but I think it'll be the last lap again, and it's just not what we want. Charles Leclerc do it again. Charles Leclerc, right, has gone under the radar in the past couple of races. Like, he got a podium last week where he didn't look, and obviously everything happened. But he's just a man who is just slowly been going, I'm here, don't you worry. I'm watching. Wait until I get an incredible car. We're getting a great battle for 11th here. Pierre Gasly is going to have to defend from Vettel and Carlos Sainz, who are both on fresh tyres. Ricciardo's dropped to 16th now. Poor Danny Rick. Raikkonen 15th. Russell 17th. I think it's. Am I going to say it's Giovinazzi 18th, Latifi 19th, Magnussen 20th. So Hamilton, Verstappen, Bottas, Leclerc, Hulkenberg, Stroll, Albon, Ocon, Norris, and Kvyat. That's your top 10. A lot of people haven't paid yet, and I don't really expect them to do it just because it seems extremely late now. It's going to be very interesting. It's just showing who's made the most places. Magnussen down 3, Giovinazzi and Latifi none. I think that was Ricciardo down 13 or 11. Showing Vettel ran wide again. Sebastian. Yeah, 2 lap times deleted because he's Seb. Albon sets fastest lap, but yes, Ricciardo down 10, Russell up down 1, Latifi up 1, Grosjean down 5, Raikkonen up 6, Sainz Vettel down 1, Gasly down 4, Kvyat up 6, Norris up 1, Ocon up 6, Albon up 2, Stroll nowhere, Hulkenberg down 2, and then it doesn't say. Bottas and Verstappen on fresher tyres than Hamilton and Leclerc. You know what, Leclerc might do a one-stop here. Ricciardo does get up to 14th now, but yeah. I think he might do a one-stop Charles Leclerc. He may sneak a podium if someone has to pit. Because there's only 12 seconds between first and fourth, I think, if my maths are correct. And then Hulkenberg 14th, 15th. A bit of smoke there. 12 laps left. 12 laps left. Come on, everyone, make it a bit tasty. Make it a bit tasty. I beg. I'm just trying to look. Come on. Different tyre strategies, everyone. Everyone race, please. Leclerc's gone a long old way on his hard tyres and P4. He's actually lapping pace with Verstappen right now. Good point to how long Hamilton's tyres could last. McLaren are having a great day. Same with the Renault. Well, the Renault, but Racing Point have had a great thing. 5 is it? It's Hamilton though. Nothing can stop him even if his car destroyed. He'll still trundle along. You know what? Charles Leclerc is making this very interesting right now. As George Russell does pit. I don't know where he'll come out. Come on, Charles. Russell does come out in 17th, maybe later. Possibly. We'll wait and see. I mean, what can you do? It'll be interesting to see what happens now. Do they do last minute pits? Oh. Verstappen team radio. Just telling Max to push, basically. In fairness, Verstappen, right, has done everything he can this race. He's made tyres last. He's stuck them. They did the pit stop. It's all to do if Hamilton makes his tyres last. And ooh, come on, you want something to? But I think the problem is if Hamilton definitely will. Verstappen, I think, will definitely get P1 if his tyres go last lap. It depends where they go. It'd be interesting if Leclerc can do it. 13 seconds behind. There's 29 seconds between Hulkenberg and Hamilton. And basically, I'm thinking, what can happen here? If Hamilton's tyres goes, Leclerc's definitely doing a one stop, by the way. Lewis is coming in there, not risking it. Ooh. Lewis Hamilton locks up very past that line, which definitely meant he was going too quick. As hard tyres, they're on. It's good. It's a decent pit stop. Hamilton P1. Verstappen P1. Bottas P2. Charles Leclerc P3. Russell now has been lapped. Same with Grosjean and Giovinazzi. They're all very far behind. Yeah, you were right. You definitely need to get rid of them. The fan cam. Yeah. Oh, it's interesting here. Hamilton might not. Albon has had another quite good race, up and down the grid. Great plan. Yeah, he's actually fully sent. Does Hamilton slow down quick enough? Sorry, because I'll talk about Albon in a second, but I don't think Hamilton slows down quick enough here. Yeah, fastest lap, sitting in 7th. I think that's where he qualified a bit higher, a bit lower, and he's had a sort of a low key race, a very low key race. It's interesting here. Very interesting here. Leclerc cruising to P3, another underrated race for him. Hamilton, 12-second gap to Verstappen. He's got them fresh tyres. And if obviously he'll have them 10 laps fresher. So we're not going to get some last lap punches, but Verstappen, if he does this, what a race. Qualifying in P4. Getting up to that first. Bottas there in P2. We qualified P1, couldn't do anything. Charles Leclerc qualifies P9. I can't remember. Very interesting. So Hamilton's been on the radio a couple of times, asking about the pit stop slowing down, and they've said it's fine, but I don't think Hamilton's very confident in that. So it will be a time penalty, the commentators are saying, which means, yeah, it depends. I think the problem is, knowing them, they'll investigate it later after all the celebrations. Well, you see Carlos Sainz, he could have got to be on that podium and stuff. Bottas has just got to keep going. He's just got to keep on grinding it out. Charles Leclerc's the biggest one here because he's going to have to defend. Leclerc's talent is keep mental. The 24 laps, and you know what? The thing is, let's say Leclerc's tyres goes, he does DNF, he can still be proud of the race, or even if he has to pit, competing at the top 3. If you're the racing points as well, as someone said, you'd be very happy with this race. P5, P6. Just looking. Fastest lap set by Lewis Hamilton. Obviously, he's on them faster tyres. And Hamilton is being slowed down by Haas. So Haas lets him pass now. Getting a decent battle in and around the tracks. Nearly 8 laps left. Can Lewis Hamilton do it? Can he at least get the P3? Hamilton is so much quicker than Charles. It's going to be very interesting here. I don't want to jinx it, but I really want to crash. Hamilton now. He's going to Charles Leclerc. It's going to be Charles going to have to defend heavy. It's for a podium. It's not like it's for a P4, P5. It's for that podium that Ferrari desperately do need just to keep them in and around. So with Seb not getting an amazing performance, it's his opportunity to really write his name for this Ferrari side. As he's still young, but very interesting. Yeah, Hamilton did pit that. Yeah, he did. They weren't confident, so they did it. Hamilton going. He's not going to go in for Charles Leclerc. Yeah, he's not going to take a risk. We may get him on the pit straight. May get him on the pits. It's a perfect opportunity for a safety car here. It's Hamilton now. He's hunting down Charles Leclerc. He should have DRS. I'm pretty confident. He should have it. It is the right decision because if them tyres blister, it ruins your entire race. Take the risk and just hope you get past Charles Leclerc. Ferrari have come to Charles and said, you do have the time. Hulkenberg's pitted. Hulkenberg is in the pits. Very interesting. It's come on soft tyres, I mean. Very interesting from Hulkenberg. Going fastest lap for Hulkenberg. Going for that fastest lap. He may be able to do it, you know. There we go. Hamilton trying to catch Charles Leclerc. Charles Leclerc just getting a little bit that extra pace just to hold him off for now. Hamilton now, he's got the time. He's got the time. Will he go it? He's going through the chicanes. Magnussen Beckett. Oh, and he's got DRS. Charles Leclerc's going to have to defend, will he? Oh, and Hamilton get past him easily. Charles Leclerc's not giving up. Go on, Charles. Oh, the bastard. The bloody bastard. Hulkenberg pitting. I mean, it's strange, but maybe do go for the fastest lap. Leclerc reminds me of Verstappen first couple of seasons. Red Bull needs that experience. You know, yeah, and you know what? Charles has had a very decent season at Ferrari, obviously. His debut season at Bahrain, a day to forget, but then debut Ferrari season, that is. But yeah, he's had performances, that emotional sort of 3 races at Spa and at Monza as well. They're just really showing the overtake there, and easy by Hamilton. Oh! Magnussen's retired. Yeah, Kevin Magnussen retiring the car there for Haas. And that's not good. That he was, in fairness, Magnussen was so far behind. So far behind. I don't know whether that's to save parts, save wear, or what. But we did finally get a retirement. I mean, imagine if you put a bet on, like, I know there's one you can do a retirement in every single race. You'd be absolutely bricking yourself for that final 6 laps. It's very interesting for Nico Hulkenberg. He is far behind from Albon, and the thing is, with this Bottas Hamilton Verstappen thing, there is so much traffic. And who's Verstappen coming up? He's coming up against. You're all right. He's coming against a Renault. I was thinking, is it Esteban Ocon? Are we going to get repeat? We're not, because it's Daniel Ricciardo, his former teammate. I think Verstappen's got this, unless something severe happens. I think he's got it. I mean, you look at the podiums, Esteban Ocon up 6, Leclerc 4. Just need Grosjean tonight, and that'd be a proper misery compiler. Raikkonen up 5, Ricciardo down 9, Pua from Danny Rick. He's pushed on the throttle too hard when he was under pressure from Norris. Nico Hulkenberg, strange that Latifi's. Go on, Latifi, as much as like George Russell, I'm not saying that. Go on, Nicholas. It's going to be interesting. We may get Valtteri James. I think it'll be too late, though. It'll be very too late. And Max Verstappen, he's got a 5-second lead. I think the driver of the day has got to go to Max Verstappen for making them tyres last for so long. It's going to be interesting here. And Latifi pits. Latifi does pit. Yeah, here comes the James Radio. Latifi pits. So unfortunately, I think Russell might be beating Latifi now, Chris. Come on. 5 laps left. 4 laps. 5 laps. I think Latifi might come out ahead of Russell, actually, sorry. Oh, will he? Nope, he won't. He will not. Nervy for Red Bull here. Very nervous. Bottas, 7.5 seconds behind. So Leclerc and Stroll are now. Stroll's just so far behind. Strange decision by Racing Point to pit. No, Valtteri James, you see, you're free to race. Come on, Valtteri. I mean, Nico's transferred to the podium, but you can still get Leclerc and Stroll. Why did Nico pit? Why did he pit? Well, I know why he pit, because Lance Stroll is actually racing all the races, so you're going to want him to get the most points. I know obviously points are shared, but you want your guy as high up as you can. That's what I think. And I wish it was inside knowledge. It's not. 4 laps-ish left. Hamilton is making time on Max. 0.2 of a second. Or 2/200ths? 200ths of a second. 200ths of a second now. It does go Latifi, Russell, Giovinazzi, Grosjean, Raikkonen, Ricciardo, Sainz, Vettel, Gasly, Kvyat, Norris, Team Radar. You are free to race. Ocon, Hulkenberg, Albon, Stroll, Leclerc, Hamilton, Bottas, and Max. At least they're allowing the Mercs to race, and it's either going to be great because you're going to get some great last lap battles, or it's going to be a big hindrance for these Mercedes. I'm just reading through a thing. Soft tire for Hulkenberg going for the fastest lap. It's going to be interesting to see that they haven't even put the under investigation thing for Hamilton. It'll be very interesting. Very interesting. Come on, lads. Keep it clean. What about tripping over each other? What about if they just go wheel to wheel and they accidentally dink each other? I mean, if Bottas just has enough for Hamilton, just spins out, can't restart the cars. Ocon, I say low-key race drivers day. Kvyat in that 10th, Ocon in that 8th, up 6, but Max up 3, Leclerc up 4, Raikkonen up 5, Hamilton, Valtteri. We're getting it. We're going to get a battle at least with the next 2 laps for sure. Hamilton looking for it. And Bottas is defending. It's all clean. It's all clean. It's all safe. Come on. This is what you want. Go on. Hamilton and Bottas having a great battle here, the Mercs. Something we rarely see often. He's going to test Valtteri Bottas against his teammate. Hamilton goes for the inside. Valtteri covers. And Bottas covers incredibly well. Hamilton will have DRS. It's all about the defense from Valtteri here, and I think Hamilton's easily got it. Bottas covers and he can't. He tries to cover the inside. And Hamilton just getting an absolute lunge of pace. And Lewis Hamilton in P2. It's good racing, it is. Valtteri tries to cover the inside. Lewis just gets the outside. Very poor Valtteri Bottas. Yeah. Poor Valtteri. It's just sad to see. As we're seeing, I think, is this... Oh, it's Verstappen just overtaking back markers. Who's the back marker he's overtook? I think it's Ricciardo. But yeah, it doesn't matter. But well done to Red Bull. I think incredible strategy and incredible from Max. Albon might get P5. Oh, he's in P5. Correct. Well done. He might get... He's 3 seconds behind Charles Leclerc. They just reshown the overtake. Valtteri can't do much, but Valtteri's been shafted by his team again. I'd say as not shafted, but he's been let down. Well done, Alex Albon. He's shown why he's in that Red Bull seat. He really has. Oh, sorry, never mind. He's 12 seconds behind Charles Leclerc. I thought he was I thought it was 4 seconds. It was the interval. I thought it was another one. Be interesting. Verstappen does go up to second in the Drivers' Championship now. Hulkenberg there, if you look at Driver of the Day, is in P2. Agreed, Bottas gets full back. It's what you do when you're the second driver. Everyone knows he is, and I think he doesn't deserve it. He did great qualifying, and it's because Hamilton is close, and it's just sad to see. And I think, but where does Bottas go? That's the problem. Let's say if you look at the top teams, if he goes to Red Bull, Verstappen's going to be ahead. Goes to Ferrari are going to be ahead. Charles. Verstappen team radio. Max Verstappen doing a little callback. Did you hydrate during the race? You must have some sweaty hands as well, so don't forget to sanitize. Well, the thing is, Max, Merck and Hamilton won everything. The thing is, it's bad and good because in terms of the money wise, Hamilton is their main guy and his thing. But in terms of just pure racing, it's unfair on Bottas. But yeah, like you said, Danny, money is everything. I always said Verstappen closest challenger to Hamilton for the season. I love Max. Last week he was so bored that he was asking, did the guys have a drink and stuff? This week he's out in first and he's still asking. Well done, Max Verstappen. It proves why he's racing's best ever talent. Like Charles is up there as well for sure. Charles again, underrated race, sitting in fourth. He's done the one stop as well, I think. Lewis Hamilton, Verstappen's on his final lap. He's going to be very close. Well done, Lewis Hamilton. I mean, you've still got to admire the amount of podiums that I think he just said his same record as Schumacher. But Max Verstappen, you've just got to admire his race. His team told him to back off. Well done to Max. Yeah, the team told him to pull off, and he went, not doing that. And I think Verstappen in P1, Hamilton in P2, and Valtteri Bottas in P3. Poor Valtteri Bottas, but incredible by Red Bull, and it's why Red Bull have won them titles previously. And this strategy for them, Toto Wolff not incredibly happy with the race. Obviously, you've got Valtteri Bottas who started pole. You would have expected, but Red Bull outdid them with strategy. And well done, Max Verstappen. Charles Leclerc in P4, Alex Albon P5, Lance Stroll P6, Hulkenberg P7, Ocon P8, Norris P9, Kvyat P10, Gasly P11, Vettel P12, Sainz P13. I didn't see the rest. P14. I don't know. If Kvyat got points, well done to Danny Kvyat. Didn't get out with Q1 and he's in points. Just showing that Verstappen gives his team the finger. Yeah. When they told him to slow down, he went, no, I'm close enough. No, thanks. And he did it. Doesn't make sense since Hamilton got hated by many fans. Yeah, but if you go to England and you ask not F1 fans, can you name me an F1 driver? Hamilton, Schumacher. He's up there with the great, and he will make more money in terms of sponsorships. He's one of the biggest names. He does a lot for POCs, people of colour. He's trying to make change in F1. And Valtteri, unfortunately, is a second driver. Even he probably knows that he's the second driver, and I don't think he'll ever win a world title while he's with Lewis Hamilton. I don't think he'll win it if he's not, because Max Verstappen is such an incredible driver, and if that Red Bull have got the car to compete with him, as they've shown today that they do, they've done it. They're just showing two cars. Ooh. And yeah, I mean, incredible race. Well done, Hamilton on the team radio. Just said good effort, wasn't our day. And Lewis Hamilton does get the fastest lap of the race. Poor Nico Hulkenberg, he had a P5 robbed from him. But he got in the points. And you know what? He may, at the end of this season, have more points than Giovinazzi, Kimi Räikkönen, George Russell, Latifi, Grosjean, Magnussen. So yeah, while the race is finished, but thank you to everyone that's really joined today. I'll just do some more shameless promotion. I've done it 3 times today, at the start, in the middle, and now at the end. While you're still here, it's not just F1 Watchalongs we have on this channel. On Mondays, we have the tier list with KD. He does many others. We did wrestler themes last week. This week, we do football. They're doing League One table predictions. On Tuesday, it's the Wrestling Corner with me, just showing Charles Leclerc's team radio. Incredibly happy, and you would be, because such a great result for Charles Leclerc. He does deserve it. On Tuesday, it's Wrestling Corner with me and Simon talk all things wrestling. If you're not a wrestling fan, please join us. We can hopefully sway your opinion. On Wednesday, it's normally the Top Corner podcast, but obviously we're on a hiatus until September. But when we're back, we'll be back. So keep that in your mind. On Thursdays and Fridays, it's the NFL Corner. Don't know what days. On Sundays, it is the F1 Watch. I'll be back. I'll be back next week. Please like and subscribe, to your notifications so you can see when I'm live next Sunday for the Barcelona GP. It'll be very fun there. And then on the channel, the watch-alongs don't just end with this one and start with my F1. We've got watch-alongs all week. Starting on Monday, we've got the Champions League and Europa League watch-alongs. So many games, so many things, and well done, Max Verstappen. Incredible driving. Well done, Red Bull. Incredible strategy. And Hamilton's not very popular, even though, yeah, I know it's mental, innit? But thank you, everyone that's joined, everyone that's commented, Cocom, Chris, Danny, other Chris, American Chris, K9, I'm just going through all the chat. Thank you to everyone, Damon. Thank you to everyone that's tuned in, Ethan. Thank you to everyone that's tuned in, talk. The Mercs are talking, obviously, about the game. Look at the tyres. Absolutely ripped. That's Valtteri's, I think. And you know what? Well done to Max Verstappen. Thank you for joining us. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. I'd really appreciate it. Tune in next week to the Barcelona Watch Along.